I don't know how that thing comes apart, so I think I'm gonna go read the directions. I don't want to break it. Okay, so the pictures pretty much tell me to take the old line out and then stick the new line in the new unit. So we're just gonna do that. Happening Z hood. Aha, I've had delivery while I was out. Arnott, this is what we want. This is an air suspension system component for a Mercedes. That's right, we're back on the Mercedes. It hasn't left since last time we touched it. It's still here hanging out. We had to order the parts in the warehouse. They've showed up. We're ready to get going. Let's get this thing back up in the air. Let's pull that left front wheel off and get the strut changed, and then we can see this thing reach its normal ride height, because this lowrider look is just not conducive to a well-oiled, German engineered piece of machinery. The rack is still set from yesterday, so let's get going. Time is of the essence. Moving on up. Green subscribe button in action. There's that bag dump again. Comfortable ride height. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's get to it. All right, let's get our wheel studs pulled out of there. Should be a 17mm. That is correct. On clicks now. See, we've got studs. We do not have lugs. Ring. That one stayed. These go one of two ways. They either fall off when you take the studs out, or they don't come off at all and you gotta hit them with a hammer. I think we're coming up on option B with this one. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take one more stud. We're gonna thread that ever so slightly. That way when I break this thing loose, it doesn't fly off and hit the floor and bounce and damage some stuff. And I use the term hammer loosely. We're gonna use a rubber mallet, not hitting the rim. Wheel. There we go. A couple little love taps and she comes right off. Now, grab it, support the weight, pull that stud back out. There's one more in there somewhere. Got it. Move through the matrix on that one. Okay, let's see what we get here. Alrighty. Got the new unit right here. Looks pretty fancy. We've got the little connector up at the top for that airline. Down below, we've got another connector. I think that's for the ride height sensor. Nice looking unit. Looks like it's made by Continental. So that's got to be OE quality or higher. Okay, I accept this. This appears to be the correct unit. Let's go ahead and get this old one unbolted and get the new one installed. Okay, so it appears to me that this bottom fastener is a 21mm. Get that guy pulled out. So far so good. Yeah, let's just see how easy this is going to be. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this sway bar link too. That'll give me some extra throw on this lower control arm. That way I don't have to force this thing in and out. Now we've already run into our first instance of conflicting engineering. See, I need to get a tool on that, but unless I want to do this manually, I've got to take this tie rod off in order to put a socket and a tool on that fastener right there. Conflicting engineering. Now that backing plate's going to present a little bit of a problem here because it's kind of in the way. If I try to get a tool on that, it's just going to hit the plate. So we're going to have to introduce the half-inch wobbly. I don't very often use half-inch wobblies. I don't often use half-inch drive tools to begin with. They're large and bulky, but this situation is going to call for it. Oop, flashlight grabbed me. Hang on here. Come here, like, get out of there. Come on. Oh, get out of there. What is this? There. Got it. There it is. Here, let's go ahead and get the this ball joint press in there, or tie rod separator. It works for both, but we're using this guy on the tie rod. Taking care to not tear this boot right here. This thing's gonna push down on this little stud, not going to damage the threads, and it's going to push that stud out of the steering knuckle, and then the tie rod will become free. Okay, 19 millimeters of wrench action, and we can get this press going here. Puller, same thing. I'm out. Ugh. There it goes. That was violent. And let's just double check our threads, make sure I didn't break them. Good to go. Okay, now our knuckle's a little flippity floppy. We can get to that sway bar link right there, and that should allow everything to drop down quite a bit. Coming in, wobblies again. Perfect. So gonna come out, pry bar action. Nothing to pry against. This thing moves more. Good. So what I'm gonna do here, I think, is I'm gonna pull the suspension down, and then we're gonna try to sneak the bottom section of this over, and see if we can't get it to clear this lower control arm. And that feels like a negative. No, can't do it. Let's go. Let's let the car down. We'll go up top and unbolt the top of that strut, and maybe it'll move around enough where I can have some more access to things. Actually, there is one more option before we go that route. Let's try to pry bar this down at the upper control arm, and then I can maybe get enough space to squeeze that bottom section over. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. I like bright ideas. Okay, that bottom is free. Move back my pry bar. Let's go check it out. Yeah, see that? Now it is clear. I moved it over, and the control arm went back up, so that's clear. Let's go ahead and disconnect this electronically at its connector. We don't want to break that. Moving forward here. I can't even see oh, it's zip tied. Okay, hang on. See, zip ties are changing the world. They even go on Mercedes. That's fancy. Snip. Okay, we're disconnected there, disconnected here. And I'm assuming I'm probably gonna have to take this fender well off to get to the connector inside. Or at least pull it back some. Let's do that next. Plastic 10 millimeter nut. I think that's plastic. Yeah. Yeah. Can I reach in there? Not a chance. No worries, we'll just pull the rest of the paneling off. We'll get in there. It's just layers of an onion. Yeah, a little bit over here too. Off to our right. That's bottom panel, side panel. Now I think I can get in there. Yeah, that's a negative. I can't reach the connector because it's like right here, and there's stuff in the way here, so I do have to pull this whole inner fender well out. More wobblies to save the day. Love the wobbly bits. Okay, that's one. Oh, there's one up there. Way up high. And another one adjacent to it. Hey, that's the word of the day, adjacent. Yay. Not adjacent, but adjacent. Okay, inner fender of Mercedes. Oh, plastic stuff's falling out. I wonder what that's from. I didn't break it. Quite the contrary, I'm trying to unbreak it. Let's see here. I don't like fender well liners. They're finicky, sensitive. There we go, got it. It's out. Okay, connector, where are you? You are... I think it's that one. Yeah, look at that, it's in the back. Yeah, there was no way I was gonna reach in there and get that thing. Never gonna happen. How's this disconnect from this little bracket? Oh, mosquito. Nobody move, he's right there. He's right there. He's gone. Gotcha. Evil creatures. Spawns of Satan. I'm sure they serve some kind of ecological purpose, but bothering me is not one of them. I am not a food source, nor am I interested in assisting in the reproduction of venomous and annoying little creatures. All right, anyway, I've got the connector off. Let's let this down and get the top bolts out of there, and we'll go from there. Mercedes coming down, all the way down. Okay, what we're looking for. Okie dokes, what we've got here are the 3 nuts that secures the strut to the strut tower. We have one electrical connector, and looks like that is our air line from the pump that supplies the airbag inside of the strut. Okay, so the pictures pretty much tell me to take the old line out and then stick the new line in the new unit. So we're just gonna do that. Ooh, it's leaking air. I hear it. I don't want to cut this because it might end up not being long enough. Yeah, that thing's still pressurized. So it was holding some air, but apparently not enough to hold the vehicle up. Oh, I see how this works. It's got like a compression union in there. See that? Yeah, the way this works is this little collar right here. Zoom. There you go. That little collar right there fits around the line, and then this fitting will meet that collar. See how that works? And when you tighten down the fitting, it will push that collar and compress it, creating a friction, and a seal between the line and the collar. And that is how the connection is made to the unit right there. It's called a compression fitting. We are not allowed to use those on brake lines. They still sell them for, well, that fit brake lines, and people still use it, but we're not supposed to be repairing brake lines with these types of fittings. Fun fact. Now the picture and the instructions tell me not to remove the fitting that's already installed on the unit. It appears all that I've got to do is insert this hose into the new unit. So what I'm going to do is recover these fittings right here just in case that doesn't work out and I have to use these and or disassemble the new unit, which I hope I don't have to. But regardless, I'm saving these. At least till the job is done. I mean, I'm trying not to be a pack rat, and I'm not going to hang on to this forever. But once this is completed, come here. Then I can get rid of this stuff. But until then, I'm saving it. Okay, so we've got 3 13mm size nuts. Pull those off with a little mini impact. These do not need to be super tight. They're not really load bearing. They just hold the assembly into position. And then the gravity of the car kind of presses against the strut, so it can't really go anywhere. These just keep it from falling out. Speaking of which, I need to give it the old reach around treatment, right arm, so it doesn't fall out when I take it loose. When I take it loose, see how it's kind of moving down? These can get a little heavy, so don't let them surprise you. Or get a helpy helper to hold on to the bottom side while you take the top side loose. Or you hold the bottom side and get your helpy helper to take the top side loose. Either way. Anyway, let's back up and go and fish this guy out of its hole. All right, back down inside of the wheel well again. We can't really see much, but we can feel it. I just can't really get a camera in that little hole right now, so. Up, dropped a nut. And we're just gonna give this thing some wiggle action, and hopefully it comes out, which I don't think it is. I may have to pull this control arm off. Yeah, I don't have the space to get that guy to come out of there. That's why this thing calls for 3-something hours. Oh no, got it. A little bit of a twist and did what I wanted. Okay, let's go do the parts comparison thing and make sure this is gonna fit exactly and we'll get our new guy installed. Now the instructions did tell me to check and make sure that this little bladder right here was inflated. These come pre-pressurized, and that one is inflated. This one is not inflated, so we definitely have an internal failure of this unit. I would like to chop this open and see what happened, but there is a $300 core charge on that, so I have to send that back because I can't charge the customer an extra $300 just to keep an old part. So this thing's got to get sent back in that box. So I'm afraid we cannot do an autopsy on the unit. Alright, let's figure out here if I can achieve the installation with the same level of grace and diligence as the removal. Let's see if this is going to work out here. I'm moderately nervous because if I mess this up, I could damage the bag or the sensor or the connector. Or there's numerous things that I could do incorrectly here that would be a problem. Oh, or it's not going to fit because that other bag was deflated and this one is not. Let's see here. Can't get it to line up at the top right here. That's my problem. Let's see. Oh, tight squeeze. All right. Now I need to rotate it so it's pointed the proper direction. And okay, it's up. All right, let's go. Let me reach up on the top side here and get one of the nuts in. I don't want it to fall out, you know. Okay, I believe it is secure. We've got one nut in. There's our air line. I'll plug that in last. That's our electrical connector. I'll plug that in later. And I need to line this thing up. That's actually supposed to go there. Oh yeah. Here, let's correct this little flaw right now. Again, I'm kind of giving it the reach around treatment. Okay, there's one of the nuts. Now I can take this one off. Put that guy into place. Put this one back on. Okay, let's go back down below and get the bottom of the strut onto the lower control arm down there. Moving back up. Okie doke, so we're looking good here. We have good clearance. I just need to kind of pry the suspension system down a little bit and then get the base of this strut lined up, and we should be good to go to install the bolts. Okie dokes, here we go. We're going back in with the pry bar on this upper control arm. I'm gonna pry it down. Actually, I'm gonna pull it down first to get pry bar clearance. That's gonna go under one of the control arm bolts. Now I'm gonna pry the unit down. And once it's low enough, down here at the bottom, I will slip that little bracket, or slip the bottom of the strut over its little mount. And then we're in business here. Whoop, slippage. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. I'm afraid this thing will slip and I'll gouge the strut or something like that. And we don't want to break the strut because it's remarkably expensive. Come on, almost. There we go, we're going in now. Got it. Awesome. And the strut survived without a scratch. Woohoo. Okay, let's see. There we go, that lines up right in there. And I can put the bolt back in. Let's see what we get here. A little bit more down. Get in there, please. Can't see it from the other side. Hang on. You gonna go in or what? All right. The answer was yes. Okay. That's in. The nut's going on. Let's untangle or unroot our little sensor wire here. We'll run that and plug it in. Get that thing squared away and out of the way. There we go. Okay. Let's see where this thing goes. We're gonna go, I forgot the way it went. I believe it went up and connected in here somewhere. Hang on, here's what we're gonna do. Run that through. And then I'll connect it to its bracket and plug it in. Let's see. That one plugs in there. That's, yeah, let's make sure the plug's correct first. That's a big yes. Okay. This went, I think it was just hanging out in there. It's broken. I think it clips in right here. This went here, I believe. So I need to clip this little guy into, which side was it? This one? Yeah. Super weird connectors. Thank you, Mercedes. It goes in sideways, I think, and then you gotta like twist it, I think. Or that's just different, and or this comes out. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Hang on. I need to modify this connector by removing this little base bracket looking deal. Yeah, I mean, the thing moves. How does it come out? Ah. Hang on. I need a pry driver. Here we go. Miniature screwdriver. There's like a tab in there. You see that? Hang on. It's hard to see. There's a tab in there. Trust me on that. There we go. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, let's see if this thing clips into this little bracket, which is broken. No, maybe from this side. Yes. Sure, possibly. Come on, go in there. Cool. All right, good. That's in. Now let's plug this guy in next. It's gonna go like this. Did it seat? I'm not getting clicks out of this thing. There's no positive feedback loop to tell me I'm doing a good job. Okay, that's gonna go there. And I think there were some zip ties involved earlier. Okay, that's good to go right there. That's how we found it. Everything's decently, it's secure, connected. Yeah, okay. Push that up some. Negative. So if I can't push that up, maybe I can pry the sway bar down. And yes, kinda, sort of. Ding, pry bar. I need to pry that down a lot more. Go on, please. With your Mercedes-ness, get in there. Wiggle it in. There we go. Okay, that's in a little bit. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get the nut on there. Good. Ah, I have no space. Click. All right, got that one. Let's get the control arm bolt next. 21. Where's that 21 wrench? It's on the cart where it's supposed to be. All right, we're coming in on the other side here. We're gonna hold that bolt in place and get this guy torqued. Click. Cool beans. And backing up a little bit, we can go ahead and get the tie rod put back into position. Yep, definitely in the home stretch now. So long as there's not an additional problem with this car. I don't think there is. Well, let me rephrase. There are additional problems with this car. What I meant to say was I hope there's no additional problems with the air suspension on this car. That was loud. Click. Okie dokes, we're coming back down again, and then we'll put those 3 top nuts in. I actually got new ones with the strut, so I'm going to take the old ones off and replace it with some new units. Come down. But not all the way down, because I still don't have a wheel on that other side yet. There we go. Okie dokes, we got a handful of some new nuts. We're going to replace the old nuts. Speed. Okay, now I can see what's up with this hose right here. I think we just stick it in there and shove it in all the way to the bottom. After this plug comes out, the directions said so. And that is connected. There we go. Easy peasy. We'll clip the clip in. And yeah, that's that. Strut's complete. Sweet. All right, now we need to test it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw those fender well panels and stuff back in. We'll get the wheel back on and we'll let this thing down. Stand by. All right, guys, moment of truth. It's about to make contact. First contact. And we're sitting low because the bags are dumped. All right, let's go ahead and stockings the engine. And let's see if this thing comes up. Yep, look, that side's already sitting higher. Check that out. Because remember, that bag already had air inside of it. So, stockings the engine. Careful. Don't break the door. Begin engine starting sequence now. Ring. Vehicle rising. This is good. Moving on up. Come on, vehicle. Check the other side. It's coming up. Slowly, but it's coming up. All right, check that out. That side is up to the appropriate ride height. That side's up to the appropriate ride height. That actually looks a little higher than the other side. See how much space we got. Let's check this one over here. Nah, that's similar. I think this little power cord just gave us an optical illusion. You can measure it later. Except the problem is I threw my tape measure in the trash because it's junk. I'll find a yardstick. Yeah, there we go. I have a yardstick. All right, I'm gonna let this thing hang out here for 5-10 minutes and stabilize and everything, and then we'll swing back around to it and touch base one more time. You guys wait here. By the way, in case you were wondering, I did put that panel and that panel back on when you guys weren't looking. So, proceeding. Put that right there. Initiate auto hood closing procedure now. All right, we're hopping in, going for our first test drive after the strut replacement. Quick mental check, got the bolts tight, I torqued the wheels when you guys weren't looking. What else did I do? Got the skid panels back up, top bolts on, connectors connected, top side and bottom side. I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and back out the auto. Oh yeah, wipers are fixed. Why did those come on when I put it in reverse? No, hang on. Did I hit it by accident? What is this tomfoolery? Hang on, one more time. I don't know what that was about, but that happened. Okay, backing up. Horn. By the way, I've deselected this this switch right here that had the two little guys illuminated, and I deselected this increased ride height sensor or button right here. I'm assuming that means increased ride height. It's got a car with an arrow that goes up. That's what I assume. Makes sense to me. Anyway, let's get out of here. Let us round the corner of death, and we'll go out and put a couple miles on this. There we go. And then we'll remeasure that front suspension when we come back. I can kind of feel it's got a little bit of a lean to it. I can see it. Maybe it's because I know it's there, or maybe it's because it's that apparent. We may need to put in a second strut on this. We'll see. Perhaps it just needs some more information to set the appropriate ride height. Ring ring, here we go. Now I did mention earlier that there is some other work to do on this vehicle. They did want the power steering checked because it seems that there was some kind of a noise going on. In the last video we found that the fluid was low, and upon further inspection I found out that the pump was actually leaking, and it had been replaced before. There was like some kind of a sticker on there that indicated to me that that was an aftermarket pump, but it does appear to be leaking. Also, in the future, we're going to go ahead and fix these windows that do not go up or down. I hit the button and this one came down a little bit. I got to force it back up. But I am going to go ahead and replace these broken window regulators inside of these front doors. But I'm going to save that one for a future video. All right, we've gone about a mile or so. I'm going to turn around, head back to the shop, and we're going to check that one more time. And while we're on the way there, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. As always, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, you know the drill. Let me know about that by tapping that like button down below. If you did not enjoy this video, if you think I should do that other strut, or if you have anything else to say, just let me know about that in the comment section down below. So again, and as always, thank you for watching, and most importantly, don't forget to have yourselves a great day. See you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Merry Christmas. End of transmission. Oh, and in case you're wondering, yeah, this thing's kind of fast. I mean, it's not super fast, but it's a little fast. But it needs tires. Pulling back in. Clicks. Signal indicating clicks. Yeah, let's go pull over here on flat and level ground and check that ride height one more time. Parking is the outfit. Yeah, I can see it from here. It still has a little bit of a lean to it. But we'll let our sophisticated measuring devices determine that. Oh, look at that. We came down a little bit here. We're now 26 and looks like 3/4. That's good. I like that. And then this side. No, we're still proportionally off just a little bit. Yeah, I remember I hit the button and the front end came down. It's got a ride height little button. So yeah, we are disproportionately off kilter ever so slightly to the passenger side. I think we can even see it right here. Yeah, based on that, I am inclined to recommend that second bag. The issue here is this thing does need some tires, and it does need a wheel alignment, and we cannot achieve a good wheel alignment with this differential, or this difference in ride height here. So I will recommend we do that, and perhaps we may have to save that endeavor for a future date. So we'll see how this works out. See you guys later. End of transmission.